Evening, hockey fans, and welcome back to the Hornets Hockey Network. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer Fu-Mei Tung, and we're in a pretty special building tonight. It was here 92 years ago when the 5 Olympic rings appeared in the sleepy Adirondack town of Lake Placid, and it was on this sheet of ice that the third ever gold medals for ice hockey were given out. That year, back in 1932, it was the Dominion of Canada that won gold, with the U.S. team trailing behind them for silver. The other 50 years later, it was the United States doing the upsetting in this building, in a game simply known as the Miracle on Ice. We all know the story. The heavily favored Soviets came to Lake Placid and were upset by a bunch of American college kids in the height of the Cold War. But this is not that rink. This is the sheet used for the 1932 games, a time when the game of hockey was much different. It's here that we find our FM Hornets tonight, nestled within the high peaks of the Adirondacks. Tonight, they take on the residents of the high school just next door, Saranac Lake Placid. Let's get into our scouting report and see how these two teams stack up against each other. For the home team, this season has certainly not been the greatest in terms of starts. They enter their home building with a record of 3-7, with only 38 goals for and 60 goals against. Their only victories this season so far have been against the Plattsburgh Hornets, the Northeastern Cougars, and the CBA Albany, the latter team of which came last in the FM Pride Classic earlier this year, that being the first of 2 tournaments that the Hornets have won this year. But don't count out these mountain men from the fight. We talked to head coach Josh Spanberg and asked him a few questions regarding tonight and their precarious situation. So we asked him, we're halfway through the season. 3-7 is the record. Still lots of time left. And the plan, how they plan to bounce back is just, he says that they're going through one of the classic high school years. They're very young. And he knew it was going to be, well, trying to make progress, trying to get teams essentially used to the different systems that are in place in Saranac Lake Placid, and it's a bit of harder clay to work with for them. So we asked him if there was anybody on this team that we really should be looking for. He brought out 3 names: number 9, Kellen Duffy; number 10, Aiden McCormick; and number 11, Carson St. Louis. Duffy himself has 8 points to his name, 1 goal, 7 assists. McCormick with 14 points, with 10 goals, with which he leads the team, and 4 assists. And Carson St. Louis has 8 goals to his name and 7 assists for a total of 15 points. And he is tied for the lead with assists with Kellen Duffy. So those 2 are the ones that we have to look out for on this Saranac Lake Placid team. Top guys, strong skaters, and they lead the team according to their coach. And if we asked him if there was anybody on this Hornets team that they'd be keeping an eye on, but they said, well, they're focused on ourselves, reflect on what we can do. It's hard to get them doing their jobs if they're looking out for others. You need to do their job and get young guys just trying to get in the mix. And just let them focus on themselves. So we asked them what their plan was to get it done. And they said, well, we're a blue-collar team. They need to protect the house, do their job in their zone, and put on the pressure as best as they can. And of course, we had to ask him if he could put it in 3 keys. What would be his 3 keys for tonight in this game? Well, key number 1, protect the house. Key number 2, maximum effort each shift. And key number 3, play as a team. And we will reflect on the FM Hornets after these announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Olympic Center's 1932 Rink Shea Arena for tonight's game of SLP hockey. Lake Placid and Saranac Lake Central Schools are both committed to the values of good sportsmanship, and we believe that all student athletes, coaches, and spectators should strive to represent the very best spirit and tradition of athletics. In that spirit, we request your cooperation tonight by supporting the players, coaches, and officials in a positive manner. Any use of profanity, sexist, ethnic, or racial comments, or any other derogatory or intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or any other team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from tonight's game. In addition, the consumption or possession of alcohol, drugs, or tobacco products are strictly prohibited. Tonight's game is a non-named contest between the visiting Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets and SLP Hockey. Introducing tonight's starting lineups. First, for Fayetteville-Manlius. Starting on defense, number 17, Teddy Smart. On defense, number 22, Gavin Patno. Starting at forward, number 6, Henry Doherty. At forward, number 9, Michael Leduc. At forward, number 10, Joey Leveroni. And starting in goal, number 31, Chris Finger. Fayetteville-Manlius is coached by Jim Wisnowski. He's assisted by Trevor Chase, Ryan Smart, Brendan McDonald, and James Heckenberger. And now the starting lineup for SLP Hockey. Starting on defense, 8th grader, number 24, Evan Harding. On defense, senior captain, number 9, Kellen Duffy. Starting at right wing, freshman number 16, Carver Bell. At center, freshman number 10, Eden Hornet. Starting at left wing, freshman number 11, Person St. Louis. And tonight's starting goaltender, junior number 31, Cassie Goodman. Your SLP coaches are Josh Denver, Maggie Stratford, and Brian McHugh. The officials for tonight's game are Kelly Locke and Bill Riley. At this time, we ask that you please rise to begin and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, another exciting edition of Hornets Hockey will commence here in the Olympic city of Lake Placid. And we'll read you up about the Hornets themselves and how they've been doing so far this season. So for the Hornets, the past few weeks have been a little more disappointing than in the beginning of the season. 2 devastating losses against the CNY Fusion and the RFA Black Knights leaves them with a record of 6-5, still technically above 500, but not quite as high as they were shooting for so far this season. They entered these hallowed halls with a total of 32 goals scored, only letting in 25 over the course of the season. This is, of course, due to the efforts of lead goaltender Chris Finger. He, of course, is one to watch, coming in with a .928 save percentage and a goals against of 1.98. Both goaltenders are ready here at the Olympic Stadium in Lake Placid. It's tied up right in the middle, and the Hornets are the ones who come out with it. Michael Leduc forwarding into the SLP end. Coming back the other way, a big hit laid there by Teddy Smart. But nonetheless, Saranac Lake Placid able to get it into the Hornets' end. They will work to get it out fairly quickly here, handing it up to Michael Leduc. Leduc over the blue line, going over to the far corner here. He'll take it around. Below the goal line it goes. SLP trying to do their best here. Aiden McCormick trying to get his hand on it. The Hornets will get it back. Michael Leduc towards the center. Another shot from Doherty. Turned away there by Cassidy Goodman. Coming back the other way, Gavin Pano able to keep it in momentarily for the Hornets. The SLP, though, looking to get it out. No, going to the other way here. Trevor Bell looking to get it off the boards, but the Hornets able to keep it in once again. Henry Dowdy tried to put a shot on there, but it's off a SLP stick. Joey Leveroni getting it off the boards there, and SLP will get it out, courtesy of Carver Bell once again. He will go to change with a couple of other teammates. But the FM Hornets will work it out the other way here. Long pass up there, went just off of the stick of Noah Chen. They will rule no icing. Drew Main grabbing it. Towards the center it'll go. SLP, though, are the ones who are able to pick it up. Braden Harvey getting it off the boards and out of the zone, but the Hornets sending it back in earnest. Andrew Gay getting that back in. Towards the corner it'll go, but the Hornets are picking it up. Sanzone sending it towards the near boards here. Brian Tonkovic able to keep it back in that near corner. Tonkovic getting it back towards the center. It'll come. Quick pass there. Not intercepted. Big shot there. That'll go wide. Tonkovic keeping it in, sending it back into that near corner. SLP, though, sending it over to the far side. Looking to pick that up. Ethan Knight getting it off the boards there. Walker Thompson stopping him at the hash marks there. That they will get it out. Grayson Mucha stopping it right at the SLP bench, but he hands it over almost right into the stick of Noah Jutra. The Hornets will try and take it back into the SLP end. They will successfully. Grayson Mucha taking it off the boards, leaving it. Will Sanzone taking it now, getting a big hit there from Andrew Gay. The Hornets, though, still with the possession. They'll try to get it up to Walker Thompson, but off the boards. Bad angle. It'll go all the way down. Brian Tonkovic picking it up in the Hornets end, leaving that for Walker Thompson just behind him. Thompson coming up the near side here. Towards the center he will go, over towards the far side as he crosses the SLP blue line. Into the corner he'll go. Towards the center, the puck is sent, but it's SLP who will pick it up. Kellen Duffy sending it over to the near side. Teddy Smart stopping that for the Hornets. Taking it just off the boards there, almost lost it. Able to forward it down to Connor McDonald. McDonald towards the center, it'll go. It's off the stick there of Ryan Bartholomew, and it'll go out of the zone as well. The Hornets sending it in once again. Kellen Duffy, the captain for SLP here. The Hornets are able to pick it up there, courtesy of Nico Capriati, but Duffy able to get it back along the boards. It'll go, and it'll inch out. It'll be thrown out there by Will Landrio. That'll be icing, though. 13:45 now remaining in this first period of play. Still no score from the 1932 rink here in Lake Placid. Face off to the right of Goodman and the SLP end. This one to the boards by SLP. They'll get it off those boards and get it all the way up to Carver Bell. He'll try and pass it over to Carson St. Louis, but that'll be rolled off sides. And they will deem that intentional as well. So that'll go all the way down. Face off to the right of Cassidy Goodman in the SLP end. One back by the Hornets. Michael Leduc sending it over the far boards for Gavin Patnode. He sends it back towards the center. Hornets trying to get their sticks on it, but it's number 10, Eden McCormick, who will send it back up to the point. Patnode keeping it in along the hash marks. Joey Leveroni trying to get a handle on it here. One of those SLP players, unfortunately, without a stick, but SLP able to get it out thanks to the efforts of Carson St. Louis. And here comes Aiden McCormick with a new stick in hand. SLP coming towards the net, just trying to get it towards the goal however they can, but we will have a penalty, it looks like, on Joey Leveroni. And it looks like we'll have coincidental penalties here. Joey Leveroni going to the box for the Hornets. Number 11, Carson St. Louis going to the box for SLP. And SLP, unfortunately, not quite realizing that we had coincidentals. We will remain 5-on-5 for the next 2 minutes until a whistle. After that 2 minutes will be these players released. SLP winning it. Quick shot off the blocker of Chris Finger. Tyler Main getting it over to Brian Tonkovic. Up towards Noah Chen. He will forward that up. Will Sanzone skating for it now. In the SLP end. In close shot. He scores! Will Sanzone. The first one to put a mark on the board here. What an effort from him. A long pass going all the way down. He will put it behind Cassidy Goodman. That will be his 7th goal of the season. Face off. In the middle once again here. 12:48 left to go in the first. The Hornets are up 1-0. Here comes Gavin Patnode. Back into the SLPN. Quick shot. Wide of the net. Capriati sending it back up to Brady Moore. He will try and send it back down there, but it's off the stick there of Noah Jutra. They'll keep it on the boards. Nico Capriati getting it back towards the center. Behind the net it'll go. SLP just trying to get it out. Here comes Kellen Duffy up the boards. Walker Thompson looking to get a hit on here, but SLP able to send it in. And the Hornets will have a penalty. Another penalty drawn here. Walker Thompson getting it on his stick, and he will call it tripping. The question is, who is it for this one? It is Brady Moore. And for the first time this game, the Hornets will be on a penalty kill here. And they will work to kill it off. SLP, point shot, save finger.
Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets goal scored by number 11, Will Santos. Assisting on the goal, number 15, Noah Chen. Time of goal for 12.
Face off. One back by SLP. They'll get it back towards Kellen Duffy. He's not able to keep it in. Puts a good move on Nico Capriati. SLP, though, working it along the blue line. They will enter the zone now, but they will call that offside.
Time at 4:48, the first period. 4 for tripping, 4:48.
Face off in the neutral zone here, just in front of the penalty boxes. Wingers here. They will throw out the center there. Nico Capriati. Noah Chen will take this one. Winning it back is SLP, but the Hornets will get it quickly off the boards there, and they will work to kill it off. They've still got, well, 75% of this penalty kill left. But have we got another penalty? We have. My goodness, SLP working it behind their own net, which is now empty, as they are obliged to do during a delayed penalty. Kellen Duffy working it for SLP themselves. They'll get it over to Ethan Knight. Back over to Duffy. Duffy taking it through the middle here. Up the near side now into the zone. Brian Tonkovich putting on a hit. Just trying to get it into the hands of the Hornets. SLP trying to take it off the boards. They will call that dead. And they will tee up one of the Hornets members here. And that'll be Nico Capriati. My goodness. One goal put on the board, and the Hornets, unfortunately, almost losing it here. And referees giving the report to Jim Wisnowski, but obviously not the start to this first period that he would have wanted. Of course, they are up, but with a 5-on-3 like this, SLP have got to be licking their lips. Duffy with a shot, it goes wide. Tyler Main able to get it all the way down. And Cassidy Goodman stopping it behind his net. SLP leaving it for Aiden McCormick. Here he comes up the far side. Through the middle, into the Hornets' end. A quick shot, saved by Chris Finger. He'll control it and cover. And Joey Leveroni will be let out of the box, and so will Carson St. Louis. St. Louis will go on into the ice, and they'll bring number 6, Ethan Knight, off. And they will change it up a little bit for the Hornets. Noah Chen stepping onto the ice here and just looking for a center. And Noah Chen realizing that, well, that's him. Chen winning it off the face-off. He will get it all the way down fairly quickly. And that'll be just to the right of the net of Goodman. SLP working it themselves. Here they come through the middle now. Sending it over. Carson St. Louis fresh out the box here. Sending it around the net of Chris Finger. He'll get it up. Aiden McCormick on the far point. He will walk it in towards the top of the circles. Quick shot. That'll be go over to Carson St. Louis. Duffy with a shot, gloved up by Chris Finger. And clearly on a situation like this where you are down 5-4 now, it would seem, as Brady Moore has returned to the benches here. We'll be 5-on-4, and obviously on penalty kills like this, big saves like that with the glove. But what the Hornets need is Joey Leveroni. Here he comes all alone. Shot wide of the net. And he'll crash into the end boards. SLP coming down the other way. Carson St. Louis leaving that for Kellen Duffy. He'll send it all the way across there for Aiden McCormick. Just a little bit of a delayed entry here as the Hornets get their sticks on it. They'll hand it back right to SLP though. Back to that defensive line. Carson St. Louis taking it into the Hornets end. Looking over his options at the top of the circle. He will further it in deeper. Landrio getting it back up for St. Louis. Across. Duffy not making that shot there. He missed that one. Quick shot though from McCormick. That'll be turned away by Chris Finger. Walker Thompson sending it all the way down. 5 seconds left in the penalty for Capriati. And SLP will work it behind their own net. Capriati is free. SLP Welcome back, hockey fans, to the Hornets Hockey Network. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer, Fu-Mei Tung, and we are here at the Olympic Center in Lake Placid on the 1932 sheet of ice here, even though it's unfortunately not Olympic-sized anymore. But the score, after one period of play, 2 for the Hornets, none for Saranac Lake Placid, abbreviated as SLP. And, well, the peculiar thing about SLP is that, well, it's just Saranac Lake Placid Hockey. That is their full name. They don't have any, moniker like the FM Hornets or the RFA Black Knights or the Saranac Spartans who will be playing tomorrow. Well, it's just SLP or Saranac Lake Placid Hockey. That's it. So, that's why I've been referring to them as SLP this entire time. And one has to notice, obviously, since this is their home arena, they obviously have taken a lot of inspiration of their jerseys from those of Team USA and of that 1980 winning team, with a few alterations here and there, but you can clearly see what they were going for. Nonetheless, one goaltender's ready, the other's ready as well. Timekeepers are ready below us. We're ready up here. Face off. Puck is dropped. 1 forward by the Hornets. Here comes Michael Leduc into the SLP end. Sends it towards the center. Save made by Cassidy Goodman. We will have a quick face-off. Only 9 seconds into this second period here. Face-off in the SLP end. Tied up. 1 forward by SLP. Here comes Kellen Duffy. Up this near side into the FM end here. Gavin Patnode unfortunately losing his stick. Chris Finger able to turn the puck away with his blocker. Patnode looking for his stick. Kicks it over for Henry Dougherty. Patnode will pick it up himself. Newly sticked here. Patnode into the zone. Over to Leveroni. Quick shot there. It's off the skate there. And Duffy, they'll get it up towards Henry Dougherty, but unfortunately not able to keep it in on this occasion. Teddy Smart off the boards there. Michael Leduc sending it in. It'll go all the way into the SLP end, and the Hornets will go for a full sail line change here, except for Henry Dougherty. He will put some pressure on here on Kellen Duffy. Duffy will go the other way towards the near side here. As Drew Main knocking him off of that one. Off the boards, it came off a little weird. Ryan Tonkovich able to make good use of it with a quick shot. Redirected wide of the net. It'll go back over to the far boards. Brian Tonkovich trying to keep it in as well as he can. SLP able to get it out, but they will send it back in. Evan Harvey gets it off a skate there. The Hornets able to keep it in. Sandson's quick shot redirected wide up into the netting. Face off to the left of Cassidy Goodman. The SLP end. Brian Tonkovich able to keep it in off that face-off. They'll send it all the way around. It'll go into the far corner. Noah Chen leaving that. Walker Thompson walking it across. Gets it over to Brian Tonkovich on the near side. Quick shot, gloved up. And Cassidy Goodman drops it. Drew Main controlling it in that far corner. Knocked away, though, by Chen towards the center. It'll come, but a bit too much pressure from SLP. And they will go the other way. Here they come. Up that near side here. Brian Tonkovich able to control it. He'll send it all the way around. Noah Chen picking it up off the boards here. He will make the move, and Will Sandzone going into the zone a bit too early. 14:51 left to go in this second period of play. 2-0 still our score. And the shots have only increased by about 2 for the Hornets and 1 for SLP so far this period here. Granted, we are only about 2 minutes in. Connor McDonald winning that forward for the Hornets off that face-off. Into the zone he'll go, into that far corner. Working it around there, able to get around to Evan Harvey. Coming behind the net of Cassidy. McDonald along these near boards now. Gets it up for Gavin Patnode. He will keep it in, but it'll go below the goal line. Grayson Mucha sending it back towards the center, but SLP able to get it up and off the stick of Patnode. Here comes Bryce Heary. He's not able to control it. The Hornets able to pick it up. They send it all the way around these near boards. Keeping it in, though, is Kellen Duffy. And that'll be put into the near corner. Brady Moore controlling that for the Hornets. Reversing it here. Reversing it again, but SLP able to pick it up. Dangerous territory. Quick shot. Covered up by Chris Finger as he does a little dancey dance on the top of his crease. 14:07 left to go in the second period of play. 2-0 still our score. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. Face off. SLP trying to control it here. They're able to keep it in, but it's off the body there of Michael LeDuc. Here they come. Leveroni, shot off the post. He beat the goaltender, but not the goal itself. SLP dumping it in. Coming back the other way. SLP controlling it in the corner here, looking for a pass out. He'll get it up for Evan Harvey. Back towards the corner, back up to Harvey. Quick shot, redirected wide of the net. Teddy Smart along these near boards, gets it up towards Henry Dougherty, but taking that off is Carson St. Louis. Doesn't get the shot off, but we'll have a penalty for the Hornets. And a little bit of a sacrificial play for Teddy Smart. He will go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. And he will go, unfortunately, to the wrong box here. Even though, well, the boxes, the scorers table and the other box are all connected in one long rectangle here. So, wouldn't have really mattered. Face off, one to the boards there. SLP trying to control it. They will take it off, getting it up to Kellen Duffy. Duffy back towards the boards here. Back to Duffy at the top, loses it. Noah Chen going for it, able to knock it forward by only just. Working it along the boards, Walker Thompson trying to get that. Noah Chen able to just get it out of the way of some SLP players, but here they come the other way. Aiden McCormick controlling it. Quick shot over the net. Tyler Main putting a big hit on Will Landrio there. Main getting it off the boards. SLP, though, able to control. They'll get it back towards Carson St. Louis, and that'll go out of the zone. They'll have to regroup, and it's stolen away. Here comes Drew Main, all alone. Backhanded over the net. Big opportunity wasted. Too high of a shot. SLP coming back the other way. Tyler Main controlling that for the Hornets. A long one down there. That'll go all the way down. As a few of the Hornets go to change here, Nico Capriati in to put some pressure on. As SLP working it below the goal line, they'll get it over to Kellen Duffy. He gets it to Carson St. Louis. St. Louis coming over to the far side here into the Hornets' end. He will backhand it right into the glove of Chris Finger. 12:05 left to go in this second period of play. 2-0 still our score here. As the Hornets, well, they're still on a penalty kill here for the next 40 seconds. But due to their play there, you wouldn't necessarily have known. And Nico Capriati thrown out of the face-off here. Brady Moore will take this one. Winning it forward is SLP. They'll get it off of the skate of Nico Capriati there. They'll have to retreat here. Kellen Duffy picking it up. Looking over his options, Brady Moore comes flying by him. Nico Capriati, though, able to momentarily steal it away. Duffy, though, recovers. Gets it over to Carson St. Louis. Off the skate there of Brady Moore. St. Louis having to make a few moves here. He sends it off the glass. And SLP will get a rush going here. Braden Harvey into the Hornets' end. Sends it across. Quick shot on Chris Finger. He's able to turn it away, but not able to control the rebound. Brady Moore trying to get it off the boards there. Braden Harvey getting it below the goal line once more. Brian Tonkovich controlling this one as Teddy Smart is released. He goes to the bench, and Henry Dougherty will come on. Off of the far boards, it'll go out of the zone. Kellen Duffy now controlling it for Saranac Lake Placid. Here they come. Off the boards. Duffy still with it. Towards the center it'll go. Off the stick of Chris Finger. Almost out of play, but over towards the boards here. Dougherty forwarding it up with his skate. Here he comes into the SLP end. Quick shot wide of the net. Joey Leveroni having to go for it now as it came off the back boards. Dougherty, fortunately, looking a little bit winded there. Here comes SLP the other way. A quick move there by Aiden McCormick. Wasn't able to get done. And the Hornets will go the other way. Here comes Will Sanzone. Opportunity here. Shot. Scores! Will Sanzone gets his second of the game. And with that, he will be tied for the points lead here. 9 points to his name and 2 goals on the board tonight. SLP's center Carver Bell, unfortunately getting thrown out there. Reese Gadway will come in. Face off one back by the Hornets. Walker Thompson taking it himself over the blue line. Sanzone picking it up. Quick shot. Save. It scores! And Sanzone will get it! At least it looks as if Sanzone will get it. I believe it may have redirected off of the blocker or the stick of Cassidy Goodman and gone in the back of the net, but nonetheless, Will Sanzone will have a hat trick. And it looks like they were thinking about saving that puck, but nonetheless, we will play on. Face off. Won by the Hornets. They will send it into the SLP zone. Grabbing that, Ethan Knight. And that third goal, of course, credited to Will Sanzone. It's all about this fourth one, though. Did he get the last touch on it? Grayson Mucha getting it off the referee there. It went into his foot. Brady Moore up to Brian Jonkovich, just able to keep it in. Off the boards it'll go. And we will have a penalty on SLP, it looks like. And Chris Finger was streaking towards the bench there. And that'll be 2 for tripping on Andrew Gay. 9:56 left to go in this second period of play. The score is 4, and it's none for Saranac, Lake Placid. And the referees indicating, well, the referees indicating that the Hornets can't change their players. They were trying to get Brian Tonkovich on the ice there. Gavin Patno getting it off that face off there. The Hornets just trying to control it. Patno able to keep it in, so might have been a good thing to keep him on the ice. Sends it all the way across. It's off a skate, though, unfortunately. That'll go out. Tonkovich will go on. Patno will go off. SLP sending it all the way down into the glove, though, of Tyler Main. He will drop it at his stick so as to not get a hand pass here. He will bring it into the SLP end himself. Tyler Main down at the hash marks. Up for Drew Main at the near point here. He will take up his usual position all along those near boards. Quick shot. Save made. And I believe but nonetheless, able to cover it. And we will have another face-off here. 17 left to go in the penalty on Andrew Gay here. SLP still on the penalty kill with a face-off in their own end. Dangerous territory for them. Teddy Smart over for Connor McDonald on the near side. Down for Noah Chen below the goal line. Back up for Connor McDonald. Back up for Teddy Smart. Quick shot. Redirected wide over to the far side. Walker Thompson now with it. Thompson taking it into the corner. A little bit of a shuffle around now. Up towards Connor McDonald. He's not able to get it. And number 10, Aiden McCormick, able to get it out for SLP. Walker Thompson over to Teddy Smart. Smart into the zone he'll go. Quick shot wide of the net. Noah Chen picking it up. Trying to send it towards the center there, but it's off of the skate there of Evan Harvey. SLP will get it out. And here comes Ryan Bartholomew on an opportunity. In close, he's not able to get a good shot off. I believe it went off the pad of Chris Finger. Here comes Joey Leveroni quickly the other way. Passed over to Connor McDonald. They will set it up. McDonald looking over his options, gets it up to Chen at the hash marks. Down to McDonald below the goal line. Gets it over to the far side here that'll go out of the zone all the way down. 9 seconds left in the penalty. Gavin Patnode looking over his options as his team comes into the zone. And we will be even strength here. And I'll have to make note of that. Getting it up to Brady Moore here. Towards the center. Picking it up was Walker Thompson. Thompson trying to make a couple moves around the other 21, Will Landrio. Along the boards, Leveroni with it. Tried to take it into the corner, but it's Walker Thompson who will recover it for the Hornets. Just trying to keep it in now. SLP able to get it out. Patnode swatting at it with his stick, making sure it doesn't go the other way. Over towards Joey Leveroni. Brian Tonkovich will get it after coming off the bench here. He will dump it in. SLP sending it. Nico Capriati getting it to Brian Tonkovich. He's able to keep it in. Quick shot. Redirected. Over to the near boards now. Gavin Patnode keeping it in. Brady Moore going for it behind the net of Cassidy Goodman. Back up for Tonkovich. Quick shot. Turned away. Moore picking it up. Towards the near side now. Reversing. Towards the center it goes. No shot come this time. Joey Leveroni tried to get one on, but it went wide. Brady Moore cycling that, but it's Evan Harvey will pick it up. Now, big hit there, and both of the referees will have their arm up for that one. Capriati sending it all the way up, and Gavin Patnode, unfortunately, not able to keep it in the zone. The Hornets will operate now with 6 players for, well, unfortunately, a couple seconds. But nonetheless, SLP, they'll go down on a penalty kill, and they'll go to the wrong door again. But like I said, doesn't really matter because this whole little box here is connected. So you can go in one door and be sat on the other bench. Doesn't really matter, but nonetheless, we will have another penalty on SLP and another power play for the FM Hornets. Face off, one back by FM. Ryan Tonkovich over to Drew Main. Main coming into the zone, looking over his options. Gets it up to Tonkovich. Tonkovich, quick shot, wide of the net. Leveroni picks it up. Leveroni up for Tyler Main. Main coming up the zone here. Looking over his options, gets it over to Tonkovich. Tonkovich down for Drew Main. Lets that go by him. Tyler Main will get it in the near corner. Coming up the near boards. Gets it to Sanzone. Back across, but he's not able to get a shot off. Drew Main picked that one up. He had about 4x6 of a whole goal to get it on, but just squirted past his stick. Chris Finger leaving that for Brian Tonkovich. Tonkovich coming back the other way. Up the boards it'll go. Sends it in. Coming all the way around. Will Sanzone up for Tyler Main. Main over for Brian Tonkovich. Tonkovich up for Drew Main. That'll go down for Joey Leveroni. The SLP will look to pick it up. Kellen Duffy in the zone there. Just working it in the corner. 2 Hornets. 1 SLP player. And Duffy just keeping it there as long as he can with his skates and his stick. The referee's just trying to tell him to play it. The Hornets able to take it off. Drew Main to Tonkovich. Shot off a redirect there. Quick shot. He scores! And Joey Leveroni has his second of the game. And with 4:59 left to go in the second, the Hornets will add another goal to their total. And that one will be a power play goal, washing out the penalty that was put on SLP. The score is 5 for Hornets, none for SLP. Getting it back in their own zone, Teddy Smart. Just trying to work it behind the net of Chris Finger. Gets it up for Bryce Heary. Below the goal line it'll go once again. Teddy Smart off the boards, all the way down. And they will call that no icing. Connor McDonald free to do whatever he wants. Send it towards Nico Capriati, just a little bit off target. SLP getting it all the way down. That'll be icing. And Chris Finger just inquiring with the referees if he wants to, if they want to use his puck. FM getting that off the face-off here. Teddy Smart sending it all the way down. Nico Capriati getting it along the boards. Capriati just trying to pick it up. Gets it to Brady Moore. Moore in close. Another shot. Full turned away. Thompson over to Teddy Smart. Smart shot. Gloved up by Cassidy Goodman. .403 left to go in this second period of play. 5-0. Our score here in Lake Placid. FM winning that face-off back. Patnode sending it in. Michael LeDuc will pick it up. Leveroni, though, along the boards. Tried to get it around Kellen Duffy there, but Duffy able to pick it up. Looking to get it back the other way for SLP. Kellen Duffy not giving up. Several Hornets trying to put pressure on him. He's able to dump it into the Hornets' end. And he will go and get it himself below the goal line. Gavin Patno trying to work it with his feet there. But it gets to Grayson Mucha. Get it off the boards there. Keeping it in. Aiden McCormick, quick shot. St. Louis now with a shot, and it's Chris Finger who will stop it and cover it up. 3:27 is all that remains in this second period of play. We'll have a goaltender change for SLP. And like we said in the intro, a bit of a young team here. Cassidy Goodman going out and Scotty Nicholas going in. And we'll see just what this other goaltender is capable of. I will say, just looking at his stats right now, he's got a .839 save percentage, so maybe looking to improve, especially his goals against average, 6.57. 1 win, 3 losses, unfortunately. 151 saves on 225 minutes played. But like I said before, this SLP team having one of those years, according to their coach, where the entire team is, well, just that sort of young. And the Hornets, it looks like, will do the same. Chris Finger retiring with a shutout here as Sean LaMarche will take up the position in net for the FM Hornets. And Sean LaMarche himself with a .838 and only a 4.31 goals against average so far.
First for Fayetteville-Manlius, number 30, Sean LaMarche. For SLP, number 1, Scott Nicholas.
And a lot of goaltender changes here. Well, a little bit of a break, I will say, with about 3:27 left to go in this second period. And I'm sure both of these teams are sort of enjoying getting a little bit of a breather here, especially some of those SLP players, namely Kellen Duffy, because you saw him there in that last few minutes, just not one to give up, it seems like, just putting on all the jets he can, putting in every effort, even if his team is unfortunately down by 5 so far. Face off to the right of Sean LaMarche in the Hornets end. Tyler Main getting it off the boards. Here comes Will Sanzone, the man with 3 tonight. Makes a move. Backhand shot. Turned away by Scotty Nicholas. Makes his first save of the game here. Keeping it in. Ellis Thompson sending it in. Noah Chen, quick shot. Shallow there. Tyler Main able to keep it in. Gets it down to his brother Drew. Drew Main gets it off. Gets checked there by Kellen Duffy. Will Sanzone and Drew Main. Big hang up on Kellen Duffy there in the corner. And trying to come out with it is either team, and SLP are the ones who do so. Ellis Thompson having to put on some pressure, but Carver Bell able to get it through him. Tyler Main reversing that. Ellis Thompson having to go for it in the corner there. Carver Bell, though, sending it behind the net once again. Tyler Main getting it off these near boards here. Sanzone tried to get free with it. Drew Main, though, advancing it. It'll go up and into the combination penalty box and scorers table here. 2:25 left to go in this second period of play. 5-0 is our score so far. Face-off in the center once again. One back by the Hornets. SLP, though, looking to take it away quickly. Braden Harvey tried to get a shot on there, but it's Connor McDonald who now takes it into the SLP end. Gerald Woodruff off the boards there. Braden Harvey on a run with it. Into the Hornets end. He takes it below the goal line, just looking to set it up for SLP. Connor McDonald trying to protect that with the body. Teddy Smart getting it off the boards. SLP will keep it in. Noah Jutra getting it up are the Hornets. They'll get it out. Into the hands of Ethan Knight here for SLP. Off the boards it'll go. Reese Gadway not able to get it out. Walker Thompson taking it in. Gadway, though, trying to send it back out, but it's into the stick of Connor McDonald. Fortunately, off his skate there. Towards the center, McDonald. For Smart, shot. Blocked away by Nicholas. Nico Capriati trying to make a couple moves with it. He'll have to go for it. Gets it up to Walker Thompson. Quick shot. Off the glove. Rebound. Off the glove again, and he will cover. And Braden Harvey trying to get Brady Moore quickly out of the hair of Scotty Nicholas there, and obviously rightfully so. We've got 1:19 left to go in this quite eventful second period of play here from the Olympic Center. Face off, one back to Brian Tonkovich, to Patnode. Quick shot off the back of Joey Leveroni. He'll try to pick it up. Sends it to some open ice, but it's SLP, courtesy of Kellen Duffy, who will take it and get it out of the zone. Pass it off the boards. Aiden McCormick going to pick it up. Michael Leduc able to steal it away from him along the boards. Takes it over to the far side. Gets it up for Joey Leveroni on a little bit of a sacrificial play there. Leveroni taking it in the zone. We will have a penalty on FM, and a big hit there laid by Kellen Duffy. Grayson Mucha just giving him a little peace of mind. Or piece of his mind, I should say. But we will have a penalty on SLP here. And for me, I thought it was for the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets, because I think they blew the whistle when FM had the possession, but nonetheless, Aiden McCormick will go to the box for SLP. And the Hornets will once again have a power play. Noah Chen being sent off. 49.2 seconds left to go in the second period. So if the Hornets are not able to put one in, they will start this third period with a power play. Connor McDonald sending it around to Drew Main. Back over to McDonald. It'll get to Tyler Main here. Main looking over his options, gets it to Tonkovich. Quick shot there. A bent stick will unfortunately mean that there was not much on that. It'll go all the way down. And Brian Tonkovich will take it around the net of LaMarche and the Hornets end. Reversing it. Under pressure, unfortunately, from Will Landrio. And Landrio putting on a slash there. They will call that on him. Now, the question is, will that be a slash or will that be a trip? They will call that a trip. Nonetheless, two men from SLP will go to the box. Will remain in the box. One will go in. The other was already there. But nonetheless, for the next minute and 26 seconds or less, the Hornets will be 5-on-3, and that will eke into the third period. Like I said, if they're not able to put another on the board. Passed across, shot, save made. What a stretching save there by Scotty Nicholas. Credit where credit is due. That was fantastic. .3 seconds left to go in this second period of play. Just 2 seconds. Can the Hornets put one on the board? They'll try their best. But I think if it had hit Tyler Main's stick there and not going to the boards, they could have had a good shot. But nonetheless, this third period with a 5-on-3 power play. You won't want to miss it. We'll have third period of action here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer, Fu-Mei Tung, and we're here at the Olympic Center in Lake Placid, the 1932 rink, for the third period between your FM Hornets and the Saranac Lake Placid hockey team, of which they have no moniker, unfortunately. They are simply known as SLP, or Sarah Placid, or Saranac Lake Placid hockey, if you want to be very verbose about it. But the score, after 2 periods of play, 5 for the Hornets, none for SLP. The shots on goal, 29 for the Hornets, only 15 for Saranac Lake Placid. And we have 2 relatively new goaltenders in net. They only went in with about 3 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the third. Sean LaMarche on the end of the Hornets, and Scotty Nicholas on the end of SLP. And we will start this period with 2 men in the box for SLP. Number 21, Will Landrio, and number 10, Aiden McCormick, one of the heavy hitters on this SLP team. And we will start this one off, and the Hornets will get right down to business. They will dump it into the SLP end, all the way over for Connor McDonald. It'll go for Gavin Patnode. Patnode gets it down below the goal line. Joey Leveroni going for it. But it's Kellen Duffy who tries to get things going and out of the zone for SLP. And he will. Long ice there. LaMarche leaving that for Gavin Patnode. Patnode leaving that for Connor McDonald. McDonald coming up the near side here. Now through the center. Eking towards the near side here into the SLP end. Gets that up for Walker Thompson. Quick shot. Glove down by Scotty Nicholas. He's not able to catch it though. Back to Walker Thompson. Across for Gavin Patnode on the far point. Quick shot. He scores! Gavin Patnode. A power play goal for him. Makes it 6 for the FM Hornets. And that will be his 3rd goal of the season. And now, thankfully, the Hornets able to make use of that 5-on-3. At least in this 3rd period, if they weren't in the ending stage of that second. But nonetheless, they still have 58 or less seconds. Up 5-on-4 now, and they will get right to business once again. Will Sanzone taking it into the zone. Connor McDonald going into the corner for it. Drew Main over for Brian Tonkovich. It just goes past him, though. That'll go out of the zone, and they will regroup. Tonkovich. Long pass for Tyler Main. Gets stolen away by Aiden McCormick, fresh out of the box. Tonkovich putting on some pressure on him. You keep in mind, SLP are a man down. They'll send it around for Ryan Bartholomew. The Hornets getting it off the boards. Here they come. Drew Main putting on the Jets into the SLP end. Oh, but I believe a little puddle of water there. Residual from the Zamboni. Foiled his plans there. That is exactly what that looked like. Trust me, I've had that happen to me in games before. It is not a good feeling. Brian Tonkovich getting it there. SLP, even strength now. Michael Leduc operating it below the goal line. Gets it all the way over to the far corner. Leveroni up towards Grayson Mucha. They will call that, though. That'll be a tripping call on Grayson Mucha. 14:55 remains in this 3rd period of play, and the Hornets will go once again on a penalty kill here. And they will have to do their best to kill off this penalty here for the next 2 minutes, and hopefully not less. And this being the first penalty kill with Sean LaMarche in the net. So we'll see how we fare here. Walker Thompson getting it towards the boards. To Capriati, able to get it out. Well done by the Hornets. Kellen Duffy getting it back in the SLPN, sending it over for Carson St. Louis. St. Louis looking over his options in his own end, sends it over to Kellen Duffy. He gets it back. Coming up the near side now, past the benches, over the red line, over the blue line into the Hornets' end. Quick shot, save. Meta glove of LaMarche. 14-21 left to go in this third period of play. Face-off won back by SLP. A quick shot there, redirected through a couple of bounces. That'll go wide. Gets it back out for Carson St. Louis on the near point. Towards Braden Harvey, and stealing that away is Tyler Main. He'll get it up off the boards. Connor McDonald putting on some jets, getting it towards the center. But it's SLP swinging at it, and they will pick it up. Courtesy of Aiden McCormick. He'll give it off for Kellen Duffy. Gets it up for Carson St. Louis. The 3 points leaders for this SLP team. Getting it back. Back over for Kellen Duffy. Carson St. Louis. Through the middle. Leaves it for Aiden McCormick. And the Hornets able to get it out. Here comes Joey Leveroni. One-on-one here with Aiden McCormick at his side. Loses that on the far boards. Kellen Duffy taking a little bit of a tumble. They will send it over to the near boards. Patno waiting for it. He will send it down deeper, and the Hornets will put on some forechecking pressure here. Kellen Duffy almost got pickpocketed there. He will hand it off to Carson St. Louis. Gets it back to Duffy. Up for McCormick. Noah Chen able to intercept. He will take it back into the SLP end just to keep it along the boards. Leveroni taking it towards the center. It'll get out. Tyler Main trying to keep it in. But it's Noah Chen who will dump it back into the zone. And we are even strength. Grayson Mucha gets released. He will go over to the bench on the other side. And Will Sanzone will come out for him. The man with 3 goals already tonight. SLP coming back the other way. Kellen Duffy getting a big hit there. Brian Tonkovich will keep it in. Drew Main taking a tumble himself, unfortunately. Ryan Bartholomew trying to get it out. Drew Main will get it back from Noah Chen. Chen gets it back. Quick shot towards the center. That'll go wide of the net. Sanzone coming around the circle. Leaves it for Brian Tonkovich. Shot there. Turned away by the pad of Nicholas. Chen with it here. Behind the net of Scotty Nicholas. Off the boards. Tonkovich keeping it in the Hornets' hands, but it'll go out of the zone. And Carson St. Louis was fighting for it. Here comes Will Landrio. Shot on net. Turned away by LaMarche. Sanzone off the boards it'll go. Just trying to get it out of the zone there, and he does. Drew Main helping him out with that. Will Landrio towards the SLP bench. Gets a big check there. Drew Main taking a tumble, but I believe we will have a penalty on Will Landrio. And 21. Will Landrio will go to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Trying to plead ignorance there, but with a very telling smile on his face. .43 remains in this third period of play. 6-0 is still the score from the Olympic Arena. Joey Leveroni unfortunately getting thrown out of the face-off dot there. Capriati will take it. Leveroni handing it off to Teddy Smart. Back over for Connor McDonald. They'll send it deep for Nico Capriati. Capriati to McDonald. McDonald looking over his options. High pass for Teddy Smart. Quick shot wide of the net. It'll roll all the way down and out of the zone. Teddy Smart taking it in the Hornets end, just in there past the blue line. He will come back into the neutral zone and into the SLP zone. Teddy Smart through the legs. Quick shot. It's wide of the net. SLP will get it out. Courtesy of Ryan Bartholomew, they will get it all the way down to the opposite goal line. Leveroni will take it from LaMarche. Here he comes through the middle. Putting on a bit of jets here. And just looking to set it up. Towards the center it'll go. No shot will come. Connor McDonald will pick it up. Teddy Smart. Back to McDonald. McDonald across. No shot. A quick shot there. Scotty Nicholas able to come up with it. .44 remains in this third period of play. 6-0 still the score. Face-off won back by the Hornets. Brian Tonkovich taking it along the blue line. Quick shot there off the skate of Will Sanzone, unfortunately. Carson St. Louis handing it up to McCormick. And close. They score! Aiden McCormick, the first one to put a mark on the board for SLP. And the goose egg is no more. But even with that first goal, SLP, if they want to remain competitive in this game and challenge for a win, they've got to come up with a lot more than that, unfortunately. Tyler Main sending it all the way in. Will Sanzone going for it in the corner. Gets it away from Kellen Duffy for Drew Main. Main looking over his options, gets it down for Noah Chen. Chen below. Comes back out, off a stick there, and that'll go all the way out of play. Ten now remaining in the third. 6-1 our new score. 35 shots though on the side of the Hornets. Only 18 for Saranac Lake Placid, and here comes Aiden McCormick trying to do it again. Quick shot over the net. Carson St. Louis going to the corner.
His 11th goal of the season scored by number 10, Aiden McCormick.
In the near corner. Under sand zone, picked up by Noah Chen. He'll keep it along the boards. Just looking for a little bit more room here. Chen finding some open ice. But releasing is Will Landriel. He will put it into the zone here. Will Sanzone looking to come up with it along those back boards. Drew Main coming around. Back up to Gavin Patno. Shot there, redirected. Still in front, backhanded. Noah Chen scores. They will call no goal. An utter disappointment for Noah Chen. They will wave off the goal due to high sticking. .924 remains in this third period. And disappointment for Noah Chen, not able to put one on the board for himself. Grayson Mucha stealing that away from Gerald Woodruff. SLP getting over to the near boards now. Gavin Patnode with it below the goal line, comes around, takes a shot. It's off a defender, I believe. It'll go into the corner. Gerald Woodruff trying to pick it up, but it's Patnode with it again. Patnode backhanded towards the center. Still there. It'll go wide. Carver Bell sending it up. Off the boards, it'll go out of the zone. Ellis Thompson picking this one up. Tried to get that over for Joey Lavaroni with a bit of a saucer. Reese Godway, quick shot, globed up by Sean LaMarche. And a quick stop for him there on that unfortunate neutral ice turnover. And a quick rush, shut down by Sean LaMarche. Face off, one forward by the Hornets. Here comes Connor McDonald, gets it over for Brady Moore. Towards the center, it'll go. No shot will come. It'll go to the near boards. SLP getting it up. Teddy Smart keeping it in. Quick shot. It scores! Off a redirect. Teddy Smart will make it 7 for the Hornets and re-extend their lead to 6. And I believe the Hornets correcting that one. Believe they may have given that to Connor McDonald because it did deflect down into the net. I'm not sure if McDonald was able to get his body or stick on it at all, but we will find out here because unfortunately I can't exactly be on a fly on the wall in the scorers table. That will be credited to Teddy Smart. I believe Connor McDonald will get the assist then. McDonald laying a big hit, keeping Ryan Bruce honest here. Getting that. Walker Thompson taking it into the zone, gets a little tripped up, loses that. It'll go back into the neutral zone. Teddy Smart, our latest goaltender, or goal scorer, I should say. SLP getting it. There we will have, I believe, a penalty. That'll be elbowing. And that'll be on Teddy Smart. Gets a goal. And the next minute goes to the box. 7:36 remains in this third period. 7-1 the score. But unfortunately, the man responsible for that score is in the box now. SLP winning that back. Getting it over to McCormick. Quick shot, turned away by LaMarche. McCormick sending it back into the corner. Tyler Main with that, sending it all the way out. Off the skate there of Kellen Duffy. They'll get it back over to St. Louis. Carson St. Louis, quick shot over the net. It'll roll over to the far boards. McCormick getting it right off the skate of Joey Leveroni. They'll hand it off to Michael LeDuc. He will take it in the zone. Trying to make a couple moves there. He'll keep it along the boards. But it's Kellen Duffy who picks it up for SLP, leaving that for Carson St. Louis. St. Louis coming up the far side over the red line. Dumps it in. And Sean LaMarche choosing to cover that so that he makes sure it doesn't do any damage. And Brian Tonkovich possibly instructing him to let it go and let them play it in opportunities like that. Possibly he had a little bit more time than he anticipated. Face off to the right of LaMarche with 6:51 left to go. SLP winning it back. McCormick making a move. Quick shot off a skate or off a defender. It'll go out of the zone thanks to Brady Moore. SLP working it along the boards. Kellen Duffy trying to get it back the other way. SLP along the blue line that'll go. McCormick picking it up. Nico Capriati, though, a little bit wild with his movements, just trying to get it whatever advantage he can. Walker Thompson able to slap it away from Kellen Duffy. Duffy, though, stuffing his stick in him. SLP taking it is Carson St. Louis around the net of Scotty Nicholas. Leaving that. Big hit from Moore. But coming off of that is Aiden McCormick. McCormick over the Hornets blue line. Walks along it. Tried to get a shot off, but it's office. But the stick of Walker Thompson denied him there. Kellen Duffy with a shot off the skate of Patnode. Another shot there, turned away by LaMarche. Patnode running for it here. A 2-on-1, slapped away by Aiden McCormick. He will pick it up. Pass over for Will Andrio. He'll lose that. The Hornets will try to reverse it. But Teddy Smart, who almost pickpocketed him, just coming off the bench, or coming out of the box there. And especially with the Hornets play, you kind of forgot that, well, they were on a penalty kill there. Number 22, Nolan Jutra. And Will Sanzone. A little bit of an altercation there along the blue line. And Jutra will go to the box. This one for roughing. And thankfully for Will Sanzone there on the blue line, being tied up and all that, did not throw a punch back. So the Hornets, thanks to his restraint, will have a power play here. Tonkovich to Drew Main, back up to Tonkovich. Quick shot, gloved up by Nicholas.
SLP under penalty number 22, Noah Jutra. He receives
5:11 left to go in the third period of play here. 7-1, still our score. Face-off one back by the Hornets. They're not able to keep it in, unfortunately. Tyler Main, though, working it in the neutral zone. Along the Hornets blue line, leaves it for Brian Tonkovich in the Hornets end. He gives it up for Drew Main. Into the SLP end now. Loses that. Ethan Knight will pick it up and send it all the way down the other way. Sean LaMarche for Brian Tonkovich. He'll come up the near side. Through the middle now. Over the blue line. Over the red line. Over the blue line. Comes around. A quick shot. Turned away. It's off the back of the net now. And the Hornets are able to recover. Drew Main taking that himself. Up for Brian Tonkovich at the top. Down for Main. Drew Main on the far side. Unfortunately losing that. He's able to recover. Gets it up the boards for his brother Tyler. He will get it back down towards Drew. And going for that was Owen Lawrence of SLP. They're just trying to get their sticks on it here. Leveroni over for Tonkovich. Quick shot. Save Main. Rebound. Save again. Will Sanzone almost had his 4th goal of the night there. Leveroni keeping it in. Coming back. Tyler Main taking it for himself. Looking over his options. Leveroni thought he had an opportunity there. He will not get the pass, unfortunately. Brian Tonkovich will send it below the goal line. Leveroni will pick it up. Taking it himself, leaving it for Tyler Main. Main looking over his options, having to contend with some SLP pressure here. He'll be released from it, comes around towards the center, and he scores! It's off a foot! No kick in motion here, though. The question is, did it go off a Hornet foot? It may have gone off the foot of Will Sanzone. That will be a power play goal for the FM Hornets. Whether that was Tyler Main or indeed somebody else's skate, we will hear in a second. But nonetheless, the Hornets up 8-1 now. And they will credit that to Tyler Main. SLP coming back around. Kellen Duffy in the Hornets end. Coming back. Duffy in the near corner. Patno giving him a hit there. And Brady Moore still working it. Nico Capriati able to get it out of the zone all the way over to the far side. SLP getting a big hit there. They'll send it in. But a little bit of a sacrificial play there. Patno laying a hit himself, getting it out of the zone as he can. Theo Harris going for that, but we will have a penalty. They will give Gavin Patno an elbowing. My goodness. And just listening in, unfortunately, on this conversation here, Gavin Patno trying to plead his case, but the referees deeming that his arm was a bit higher up. So they will send him to the box for 2 minutes now, and the Hornets will have another penalty kill. Quick shot there, wide of the net. Sending it all the way around. Kellen Duffy along these near boards. Keeping it in is Carson St. Louis. Duffy sending it deeper. Braden Harvey getting it there, stealing it away is Walker Thompson. Thompson up for Grayson Rucha towards the center. St. Louis trying to possess it for SLP the other way. They'll get it for Kellen Duffy. Duffy. Teddy Smart. He will get a hit on and he will steal that puck away. Smart over to the far side now in that far corner. Stops it. Gives it to Walker Thompson on the near side. Thompson tried to give it back to him, but it's off the stick of Will Landriel. And the SLP will keep it in. Here comes Carson St. Louis. Walker Thompson almost dropping it there with the other 21 on the ice, Will Landriel. The question is, who will go to the box? It's Walker Thompson. They will send both, though, thankfully. And both of them will get a rough, as unfortunately, things getting a little looser. Two minutes left in this third period. 8-1 still our score. Face off, one back by SLP. They'll get it over to Kellen Duffy. Shot, save, LaMarche. Face off to the left of Sean LaMarche. Winning that back is SLP, but getting it off his skate and out of the zone is Noah Chen. But keeping that in his possession is Aiden McCormick. He will take it back into the zone. McCormick over Kellen Duffy. Shot wide of the net. Rolls around to Carson St. Louis. He will take that deeper into the zone. Keeping it along the boards, though. Looking over his options, just trying to get a pass out. He will reverse that. Brian Tonkovich will pick it up and send it all the way down. Scotty Nicholas leaving that behind his net. And Aiden McCormick will go to pick it up, but the other 10 on the ice, Joey Leveroni, making sure he doesn't exactly have the easiest time of that. SLP, Braden Harvey, Braden McCormick. McCormick Over Kellen Duffy. Duffy getting a big hit from Connor McDonald. They'll keep it along the boards here. And 1 minute left to play in this third period and in regulation. Duffy over to St. Louis. Not able to get the shot off. Gavin Patnode is released. We are even strength now. SLP for Duffy. At the top. Off the glass. Sending it in. Brian Tonkovich going for it here. Tyler Main trying to keep it behind the net there. Going over into the far corner. Patnode up the boards it'll go. SLP keeping it in, but only momentarily, sending it back out. Joey Leveroni going for it as it gets into the SLP end. He tried to get it up and over the back of Kellen Duffy there. Connor McDonald handling it below the goal line. Sending it all the way back around. Dico Capriati for Joey Leveroni. Comes around, 2 seconds left. And that'll do it. From the Lake Placid Olympic Center, final score, 8 for the Hornets, 1 for SLP. And what a performance by a few of these Hornets here, namely Will Sanzone himself getting a hat trick, Joey Leveroni himself getting 2 goals, and Chris Finger retiring after almost 2 full periods of play with a shutout. And Sean LaMarche only letting in 1 himself. So a good play all around from these Hornets to secure a dominant victory here in Lake Placid. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. We hope you enjoyed it, no matter the outcome. And we will be back tomorrow for this extended northern journey. We will journey up to Plattsburgh on the shores of Lake Champlain, where at high noon, your FM Hornets will go against the Saranac Spartans. A matchup years in the making. And I will just let you know, I may not be here on the Hornets Hockey Network doing commentary, simply because I will be on the FM airwaves here in the North Country, as I will be joining my uncle, Bob Trombley, the Bullet, on WIRY 1340 Hometown Radio in Plattsburgh to broadcast Saranac Spartans hockey, which they usually do on the FM dial up here, where your FM Hornets will go against the Saranac Spartans at the American North Center. So if you're not able to join us here, then join us there. You can visit it at WIRY.com, I believe, or just search up WIRY Plattsburgh on Google, and you can tune in to their online stream, and you can listen to all the action from there if we're not here as well. But thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We will see you tomorrow on the Hornets Hockey Network.